This has been a very difficult week in America. There's a wide range of emotions that have been felt by the American people and, frankly, by leaders in the nation's capital. Sadness, of course, unspeakable grief that people have felt. Many of the people here assembled in Statuary Hall today were personal friends of Charlie Kirk, knew him well, watched his ministry and his organization develop over the years. And then the sadness for so many of us turned to anger, and there's been a mixture of emotions that included fear on behalf of a lot of people around the country. This heinous political violence, an assassination. Our friend Charlie did not pass away in a car accident. He was assassinated for standing for his political beliefs. And so it's, for so many of us, it has felt as if the ground has been shaken. And it's not just the people assembled here, of course. It involves students on university campuses around America and the over 3,000 chapters of Turning Point that are on university, college campuses, and high school campuses around the country, and all of the people in the network and in the conservative movement and throughout the nation that have heard Charlie's voice and felt a part of all that he was involved with, because he was on a mixture of media and his voice was heard loudly and clearly. What we do know about Charlie is that he would not want us to be overcome by despair. He would want us to carry the message forward, to honor his memory, and to expand the legacy they left behind. I think the best way to honor the memory of Charlie Kirk is to live as he lived. And I've encouraged young people to do two things: advance his principles and adopt his approach. The principles that Charlie stood for were faith and freedom and family and virtue and patriotism and America, which he believed and we all believe is the greatest nation in the history of the world. Those are good principles to advance. And you honor Charlie by doing so. You honor your country, but also to adopt his approach. Because Charlie was a happy warrior, and he was not angry at anybody about any of those things that he was advancing. He never hated anyone. In fact, in Charlie's own words, he was motivated by love. He believed in the words of Scripture. He identified himself to be a Christ follower, and he tried to model that every single day in everything that he did. And as I remarked a couple of times already this week, what I loved about Charlie the most is even though he could win any debate, he never held it against anyone on the other side of the table. To the contrary, he was the very first person to reach out a hand of friendship or to put his arm around the shoulder of someone who was on the complete opposite side of the political spectrum, philosophy or ideology, because it was about the people. That's what Charlie represented, and his legacy will go on.